Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku. Now, Deku faced off against the 1000, aka a sentient hive mind of spiders. I can probably honestly say I'm the first whatever to actually use this villain in a Spider-Man series, because I don't think a lot of people actually know about him. And for good reasons. Now, Deku he made a public appearance, and he managed to take the man down, or take Mineta down, by doing one thing. He flooded the streets with water and then knocked over an electrical post, and it short-circuited the spiders, frying most of them. Now, Deku, he was seen as a bit more of a hero, but many people don't know how to look at this guy. I mean, there was the spiders. At first, people started talking about him. It's very clear that he was saving people. I mean, even eyewitness reports say he was fighting the spiders with his bare hands and shooting webs. So he has abilities just like that. So this Spider Lad, Spider Guy, Spider Man, people start to refer to him as that. It took some time and effort, but Deku, he was able to have at least a few things happen from this. The events of the robber that killed his father, they were blamed on the Thousand. It was believed that the Thousand may have popped up and tried to take over that man's body. I mean, people were reporting that they were just stuck to walls. I mean, they saw what happened to other people, and it was just horrifying. Deku also saved Toga. And Deku, he found out one other thing. Apparently his body does have a limit when it comes to producing webs. So that's a thing. He used a lot today. And Deku, over the course of the next week, he's trying to do a number of things. He's trying to figure a few things out. I mean, yeah, this is definitely something. And Deku, he had an idea. It sounded strange, but maybe he can collect and store some of this stuff, or, well, probably not. What he did was quite simple. He took some of his webs and brought them to the science lab at school. He tried to analyze them, try and find out exactly why they're so powerful and strong. I mean, if they can carry him, then that means quite a bit already. Because spider silk, that stuff is very fragile. But if he's right, his is, from what it looks like, durable, tough, and strong. It's almost like a cable, and that's just quite a bit. If Deku can exert the force to pull two people and rip off a car tire and pull on a string like that, that says it's durable and strong. And Deku, he's still trying to find the limits of his own body. And right now, while Deku's doing that, there actually is Mr. Chiseki, who he even talked to Deku. He expressed he was trying to find a cure for his cancer. And, well, genetic testing might be his solution. Now, Deku, he was still trying to deal with a lot of things. And right now we do actually have where Deku, he's in the lab. He's trying to mix a few things together, trying to understand how to properly do this. And that's where he's had trial and error. It took a few days, but he successfully was able to make web fluid. And it wasn't very good. Yes, well, it's artificial. His webs are better. But this stuff, it only has a 50% chance of breaking. Either it does or it doesn't. And Deku, he was just trying to find out a way to properly use it. And that's where he had to start developing his own web shooters. Now, Deku, he found a lot of trouble with that. He's basically trying to design something that's small, compact, and that can actually work. It can shoot out fluid, it has enough of it, and it's strong enough to carry his own body, if not hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. So, yeah. Right now, he's still trying to get off his feet and be Spider-Man. And right now, Deku, he does head home, him still at least drawing up some designs and going about his day. And that all happens normally. And we do actually have school the next day, where Deku, he currently is sitting at lunch, and a few people are looking towards him. They've noticed something very interesting. It's been heating up a bit, and Midoriya, he's been, what is the right word? He looks a little different. I mean, he doesn't walk with his head down anymore. He walks tall. He's also bulking from what they can see. And right now, Deku doesn't sit there. Him still drawing in his notebook, as he actually does have some food in his mouth. And Deku, whenever he doesn't set his notebook down, he's going to turn, going to pick up another spoonful and put it in his mouth before going to turn back and continuing his own design. Okay, so let's see. The original idea was for something sort of like a brace, but if he has an entire brace on his arm, people will see that, and that'll definitely be, oh god, someone will try to shoot it or damage it. So the size of a watch, yeah, that's still challenging to do. Okay, so that's still strange. Okay, but his own organic webs. Hmm. Okay, maybe we can try and combine the two. See what kind of organic material he can find that also is similar to his own webs. I mean, it can't be that difficult. Just the right chemical balance and all of that. So, right. Maybe he's got it. Now, Deku does still currently draw, and there is where he does have somewhat of a smile on his face. He has prototype 3 and 4 down, but now he wants to work on prototype 5. Deku going to flip the page. As someone, they do so want to sit down. I ask him exactly what he's been up to. Hmm? Oh, hey Toga. Hi. So, how you been? I'm fine. Just, a little bit busy. Really? Yeah, yeah, actually. Just, drawing a bit. You, you been working out? A little bit. Why? Nothing, I always see you wearing a hoodie, and, well, you're actually a little bit taller than I thought, now that I see you stand up straight. Thanks, I guess. So, what are you drawing? Oh, I don't know yet. I just sort of drew a few things I thought were cool and flipped the page. Really? We're gonna sit down. And right now, a few people do just want to look towards Deku. Someone looking towards him. As Deku, he does continue talking. Yeah, I mean, what's she been up to though? Oh, not much. Just sort of curious about you is all. Really? Yeah. So, are you free after school? Um, yeah. Did you want to go on a date? Uh, I just wanted to hang out, but oh, my bad. No. I I like to, but I yeah. How about a date? Really? Yeah. How about we go get something to eat? Yeah, I'm down with that. So, can I ask another question? Yeah. What were you planning to draw? Uh, I don't know. I mean, could I draw you? Really? I don't know. I don't really think I'm the right material, I guess. Toga, you're cute. I mean, you're a pretty girl. You're perfect for that. What? Wait, you think I'm, uh, yeah, sorry. No, it's fine. Now, these two are both very nervous. Toga, she does actually like Deku. And his change in confidence recently, it's definitely been very apparent, and, well, she kind of does like that. I mean, she liked him being nerdy and a bit geeky, but it's definitely interesting to see him flip for a change. Yeah, flip. So let's call it that. Now, Deku, he does go till he start drawing. Ever he's done, he does show Toga what he drew. As Deku, whenever the school day is over, he does gotta leave. Meanwhile, they stayed after school. They were going through a bit more of their own research. They specially ordered a ton of chemicals, and they have been working. They've been testing things, and while they only have months left, they're going to try and make sure they can design a cure. I mean, if this all turns out well, then things will be okay and they'll all be fine. Now, while that's currently all going on, we do cut over to a secret location where a man, he's a bit more annoyed. The military contract has been going well. So far, the tech they developed, it's been good, but they're on a timetable. They're competing with Stark Industries, Yaoyorozu Industries, and the Intelli Corporation. And that's just listing a few of the competitors. The main ones are those ones, and it has not been doing anyone any good. And Mr. Osborn, he's definitely had a bit more of an annoyance. He's had difficulties trying to figure this all out. So, what can he do there? He wants to make sure everything turns out fine, everything turns out good. And that definitely is challenging to say the least. They want to try and create a super soldier serum, one that the military they can use. And the project, it's supposed to pay them a lot. So the fact that they can't figure this all out is annoying him. Now, Mr. Osborn, he does want many things to happen. He wants to cut certain protocols, cut certain costs. And people, they try to warn him against this. They try and tell him how bad of an idea it is. And the man, he is not listening. Now, we do actually cut back over to Deku. Deku, he went on his little lunch date with Toga. And the two even talked about it. I mean, Toga's a bit more intrigued. She knew that Deku, he was nerdy, he was a little off a bit, and he was kind of a loner type, but now the two actually talk, they do have certain things in common. I mean, it's definitely sort of intriguing. And Deku, he actually has talked to Toga more. And Toga, she is actually a bit more intrigued about a second date. Or how about a proper one? Since the two just hanging out right now, it is kind of nice. Now, we do actually have Deku. Deku is going to head back home. And whenever he does go to suit up, he does go out on patrol as Spiderman. Him actually trying to test out his new experimental web fluid. Now, Deku went somewhere where he can try and test this stuff out. And that was kind of simple and intriguing. He wanted to test out exactly what it can do, how much it can hold. So whenever he was in a random alley, he tried to test if it can hold up a dumpster full of garbage. And it did so with some effort, but ultimately in the end of the cable, you can call it, did still break. Now, Deku, he needs to workshop that and get better with this stuff and learn a lot more, understand what to do. And right now, Deku, he does start to do that. Weeks start to go by, and people, they do know Deku as Spider-Man. And Deku, he has a lot of fun. Summer goes to roll around, and Deku, he hasn't heard of the threat of the Thousand again. He was actually a bit more happy that that finally rolled over. Now, someone, they were dealing with a lot, and things were not very easy. You had 3 different people in 3 different situations. A man with cancer who tried to find a cure, and what exactly the lasting effects they were on his body. And then you also had a man trying to find a way to create better artificial limbs for someone who has a failing body, such as himself. And then you had somebody who was in it for profit, somebody who was trying to become, well, super, richer. He tried to create super serums, and the effects they have were not very good. Mental insanity, mental degradation, confusion, and in some cases, full deterioration of the gray matter in the brain. All that is very bad. And right now, Mr. Osborn, he does quite a bit. They had no live test subjects. And well, a super soldier serum, it's gonna be intriguing, to definitely say the least. Now, Deku, he does still go through his own thing. Things with Toga are getting better, and him and her, they actually do start to develop more of a relationship together. I mean, they've known each other for a few years. Yeah, they've had classes together back in middle school and even elementary, but yeah, that's still a bit weird. They're not that close, but they're well enough acquainted with each other to know each other. And Deku and her, they actually do want to start dating. And Deku, he even brought her around his mom. And things were getting a lot better. However, Deku, one night while him, his mom, and Toga were all having dinner, there was where Deku, he heard about a break-in at Oscorp. And that said quite a bit. Deku was quite intrigued. He wanted to know more. He wanted to find out more, maybe, and that was kind of intriguing to him. Now, Deku, after dinner was said and done and Toga left, she was picked up by her mom. And Deku, he went out and swang through the city. He started to use, well, let us call it prototype 3 of his web shooters. Now, these things were a bit more weird. Right now he's still running on organic web, and he's hoping that whenever things, if they go bad, he can at least switch to the prototype webbing and see how that does work. He's definitely getting better at making this stuff, so he just needs some more time, maybe. I mean, better recipes, better ingredients. Yeah, it's almost like cooking class. I mean, you don't add enough salt or pepper, and you can ruin the whole dish. At least that's the best way to look at it. You know, he probably didn't do very good in that class. Now, Deku, he does still swing through the city. And right now, Deku, he actually is moving around a lot better. He's noticed it. The way he used to kick his legs before, his amateurish days, yeah. He's kind of the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, you can call him. He just stops the guys who have the guns or who just rob people. And that's just quite a bit. The police, they're definitely intrigued about who he is. Because, I mean, the webs, they're annoying to try and pick up. Especially whenever you're trying to arrest a guy and you kind of get your hand stuck to that guy. And that stuff doesn't go away for hours. It's awkward for everybody involved. Now, Deku, he currently just got to climb up the building. And right now, he does actually at least go to look inside. As the police, they are still investigating. And many of them, they're talking about it. Yeah, they don't know what happened. I mean, massive amounts of data were stolen. Information was stolen. And that does worry them. They're not really too sure what this might be. And the fact that it's been happening suggests that it's organized. But it's also still intriguing. Whoever did this, they came through the broken window. And if they're correct, they only know one person as of recent memory who can climb up a window like that. But then again, it's also weird. He can climb in and swing in, but the security footage doesn't show a normal person. I mean, the security footage is still somewhat hazy and kind of distorted, but that's just it. Whoever was here, they were more like an animal. And it does kind of worry them, especially because some of the claw marks that were left behind. So this may not have been Spider Lad, but hey, it definitely was some work of some giant beast. I mean, the kid popped up, so maybe more things are happening. Now, Deku I'm gonna jump in. Hey, I'm gonna lean his head into the window. Actually, he prefers Spider-Man. Jesus! Now, everyone does get a turn. Some people pulling their guns, as Deku is gonna get his spider sense go off. Him going to duck down as someone is gonna fire at him. Another man gonna turn and yell about what exactly they just did. They're contaminating a crime scene. And right now, that is not good. Now, Deku is gonna peek his head back in. As Rory does not feel his spider sense go off, he does at least ask, so, can they tell him kind of what happened here? You, you, you want to step in here and talk? I mean, do you know who did this? I don't actually, but are you guys going to try and shoot me again? We won't. Okay. They're actually going to climb in. And everyone, they do go to look at him. Seriously? So, Spider-Man, right? Yeah. Nice outfit. Hey, you try and make something without having money. So you are a teenager. It's Spider-Man. I'm not a teenager. Okay. So, exactly what do you know about this? Nothing. I mean, I heard about it on TV earlier and I came to investigate. But let me. Can I take a look around? Sure, kid. Now, Deku does start to move. And right now, he does start to look at a few things. Haley's going to bring his goggles up and go to look around. As he does start to see a few things. The claw marks, the scratches, the way things have been thrown over and, well, changed. Whatever's going on here, it was. No, it's not the work of the thousand, but. What's going on here? Deku going to turn to a wall and staring at the scratches on the side. Him is going to run his fingers through it. And right now, Deku, he does going to turn. As someone they do going to put the gun up directly towards Deku. Deku feeling his spider sense go off is going to turn, blasting his webs out directly towards the person. And their hands are webbed to the gun. As another person is come running up, again, shouting, "They said to leave the kid alone." Now, the person is talk about it. Spider-Man must have been responsible for all this, right? No, fucking idiot. No. Listen, this kid knows something. Man. Spider-Man might know something. And we're trying to follow a lead. Like it or not, whatever the hell is going on in this town, it's getting out of control. Don't you remember the spiders a few months back? Yeah. Yeah, that was not fun to deal with. What do you mean? Sentient hive mind. Excuse me? It's weird to explain. So I'm guessing this is just as weird. I mean, claw marks? What is this guy, a lion? Guy. Yeah. Think about it like this. They stole something targeted. I mean, clearly whoever this was intelligent, and from what I can tell, it looks like it may have been done by someone alone. Really? Yeah. And how do you know that? Well, if I was gonna steal something, I'd do it alone. I wouldn't tell anybody, and if I had powers, it would make it easier. And, I mean, look at the claws. It's sort of weird. They're almost like a lion's, but there's something off about them. They're too wide. Not sharp enough, though. Really. So, maybe not a lion? No, definitely not, but. Huh. It's still curious. Now, take it as though someone could walk directly into another room. As he does look around and see. Oh god, what the hell is that? Now, Deku is gonna walk over. him bending down and finding a chemical. Him going to read the name on it. The container has been busted, slashed through. But what is this stuff made for? Or used for? Yeah, we don't know. Hmm? What? We don't know what to do. That stuff was supposed to be used in some research. Apparently, they just recently received a ton of it. People are talking and they're not too sure. Not too sure about what. A lot. Listen, Spiderman. Yeah, what's up? We have a few theories and a few people we're looking into. We have an investigation going on and we really hope that you don't get involved. What? Yeah, the police might be able to handle this themselves. If this was some guy mimicking your equipment and trying to make it look different, then he didn't want to frame you, right? Maybe not, but I mean, take a look down his hand. Can he do the same thing that guy did? Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Listen, most of the research being conducted here at this lab, it was cell rejuvenation, so it's definitely that. Hmm? Cell rejuvenation. Yeah, does that strike a chord with anything? No, no, it's just I didn't know they researched that here. Yeah. Listen, Oscorp does a ton of research. They're still trying to figure out a few things, and I'm curious to know about exactly how much you might know about that. I don't know anything. Hmm. All right then. We'll take another look around and see what we can find. For now, though, kid, I suggest you get out of here. Uh, thank you. Now, there's gonna walk over back towards the window. Before he does, someone gonna bring his hands up, put on his goggles, and they're gonna look outside. Before he does, someone gonna leap down, and everyone they do someone look at that. Someone walking over to the window and watching Deku. As whenever he does this, someone steady himself back out. He throws out his hand. Him gonna shoot a web as he does swing through the air. And the person they do to watch that. Huh. That's definitely intriguing. Now, Deku, he does try to swing through the air. And right now, he's trying to think about what to do. If this is a book on cell rejuvenation, then Mr. Chiseki, he worked on something, but he called it theoretical. The man was. Ah, crap. Crap! He completely forgot. That being on his mind, he forgot to help Mr. Chiseki with his cell research. And if the man was desperate enough, he wouldn't do that, would he? No, 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 no. He's a good guy. Yeah, he was, what, former Oscorp or Erosa Corporation, but he was something high in a pretty good position, but, he never said what they worked on. And if they're working on cell rejuvenation, then, okay, so that's why his research is connected. That on Dick's mind. He's surprised. Mr. Chiseki, he's going a little far, though. Yeah, I know he got hurt, but that's only this time. So he does want to sort of talk to the man. Now, Deku, he doesn't head back home. And right now, he does try to look the man up online. Possibly trying to see what he might be doing. I mean, find him? Yeah, that's definitely something. Deku, he tried to look into Mr. Chiseki. He tried to find him. Yeah, that definitely wasn't easy. All he's got is a computer and access to the internet. He doesn't have a headquarters. And right now, Deku, he doesn't really find too much on the man. Yeah, he can probably try and get in contact with him through school, but trying to contact a teacher about former research they did, it's definitely something. And Deku, he doesn't want to get the man in trouble in case this isn't him. And Deku, yeah. Right now, he's trying to find leads on that. Meanwhile, somebody else, they're currently doing a number of things. They've decided to go a little bit more off the rails, loosen those fucking screws and see what happens. And right now, the Green Goblin, they're gonna fly out of another building, since they just killed another one of their own targets. They want to see how well this equipment works. Hell, show them how well this equipment works. And right now, the Goblin, he does go leave. Him flying to the night with laughter. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.